Hey everyone, let's start with day 3 challenge. Counter 2 is our question. So let's go through the question. Write a function create counter. It should accept an integer, initial integer in it. It should return an object with three functions. Three functions are increment, increase the current value by 1 and return it. Decrement, reduce the current value by 1 and return it. Reset, set the current value to init and return it. Okay, let's talk about the example. So init is equal to 5, where we call increment, reset and decrement. So this will be incrementing, 5 will be incrementing, so we will be giving 6. Resetting, it will again give you 5, and then we decrement, it will give you 4. So 6, 5 and 4 is the output. Okay, now let's talk about the second. So if it is 0, increment will be taking it to 1. Again increment, it will be taking it into 2. Decrement will again do it minus 1. So it will be 1 and then it will be reset. Reset is 0. And again if it reset, it should again give you a 0. Okay, so how it will be calling? So counter is equal to create counter of 0 is a 0 is an init. Then counter dot increment, counter dot increment, counter dot decrement, counter. So this is an example of a closure. A link in a description box so that you can go and check out what is a closure if you still have a doubt with the closures. So I will just tell you what is a closure in short. So what is closure? Where inner function can access the variables and functions which are in outer functions. So let's talk about the function over here. So here we have a create function and init. So we will be storing first this init into a variable. Let's call it as a let counter is equal to init. Okay. After that we will be writing a function of a reset. Let's talk about increment first. Then we will be writing a function increment, and here we will be returning counter plus plus, sorry, plus plus counter. This is equivalent to counter plus 1. Okay, now let's talk about a decrement function decrement. Then we will be returning minus minus counter. So what is this equivalent to? Counter minus 1. Now let's talk about a reset function. Reset. So what will be the reset value? It will be init, which we have passed as an argument. So let's talk about counter is equal to init, and then we will be return counter. Okay, so this is good. But the one thing that we need to do is we need to return this all the bundle of the function. Return. So we will be returning increment, we will be returning decrement, and also reset. Okay, let's try and run this. Okay, both the cases passed. Then let's try to submit it. It is submitted. Now let's talk about a function converting into an arrow function. So let's start with increment, decrement, reset. So this I will be converting into a arrow function is equal to, and then fat arrow. Then it is a single liner, so no need of return. We will be removing this also. Okay, now let's talk about decrement. Constant decrement is equal to, then fat arrow. We'll remove the return as it is a single line return. Okay, then the last function, it's a const, then reset is equal to. Okay, now here there is two lines, so we need to have a curly braces as well as the return statement. So this is how it will look with the arrow function. Then the last arrow function we can move it is this. Okay, now let's try and run this. Yes, it is accepted. Let's try to submit it then. Yes, so this also worked. Still, if you have any doubt with Clojure, please check the description link. Thank you.